Good evening. It is Wednesday, August the 21st, about 8:15 p.m. This is meteorologist Shay Gibson of WeatherFlow bringing you a wind, weather, and wave forecast for Surfers Healing 2019 being held tomorrow, Thursday at Folly Beach. So I'm looking forward to seeing many of you there tomorrow. Let's go ahead and minimize me here to the corner. And this is the surfershealing.org page. If you haven't been there, check it out. It gives a list of events along with all the different details and how to volunteer. It might be a little late to volunteer for this one this year, but this is the go-to for all the events up and down the East Coast and around the United States and other parts of the world as well if you want to volunteer for any other events ongoing. So definitely check that out. Locally, we have this Facebook group that Nancy Hussey runs. She's been running this event for several years now, over a decade. She's done a wonderful job with it, and hats off to her. So this group has all the latest information and details and anything ongoing that you would need to know for this event. I love the new graphics this year. This is fantastic. One of the best I've seen yet. So good job. Hats off to whoever designed this graphic this year. Autism Ohana Folly Beach Surfers Healing 2019. Let's go ahead and take a look at the local radar. And what's happening, we have about 84 degrees along the coast, 82 to 84. Things are cooling off just a little bit. We had some storms inland which have fizzled out. That will continue to go on for the next couple of hours. We'll see some storms flaring up, one near Yemassee, maybe over towards Cottageville again, Somerville, and then things will quiet down overnight. And it looks like, for the most part, when we run the simulated model for the next 18 hours. This is tonight. Things fizzle out overnight and into tomorrow morning. Looks pretty clear. Looks like things are really good until maybe late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening when some storms want to try to fire up near the coast, maybe in off the ocean. So things are looking really good for the event tomorrow as far as rainfall or storms. Doesn't look like there's anything to worry about in the morning. Let's take a look at the local winds. We have 13 to 14 knots right now. We have what's called a localized nocturnal jet, and that looks like it could drop a little bit but then come up overnight if we run the models for this. This gets a little bit complex, but basically all I'm going to be talking about is right about sunrise we may have a little bit of wind to deal with, maybe 10 to 14 knots, and then sort of falling down below the 10 knot range through morning time. We may have some lingering 11 and 12 knots to put a little bit of a bump on the chop, but not very much. It may fall down into the middle single digits, which would be great because it would glass everything off. But after we get to about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the sea breeze starts to kick in. The sea breeze front moves inland, and then the winds come up, and then it looks like winds are going to blow about 13 to 17 knots starting after about 3 o'clock p.m. Winds are going to come up a good bit. So just be aware of that for mid to late afternoon. The winds will be up, but it looks good for tomorrow morning. Here's Folly Beach right now. Let's see if we can get it on camera. Things looking pretty quiet. Looks like there's I don't have the premium one, so I don't have the ad on, or the ads turned off. But either way, it's a nice evening out at Folly Beach right now. If we look at Surfline, Surfline's calling for about 2 feet, about 1.4 feet to maybe 1.9 feet from the southeast or east-southeast, at least for the pier for tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon. The tide will be incoming, so if we take a look at the tide chart, looks like high tide's going to be somewhere around 1 o'clock p.m. at 5.3 feet. So not an extreme high tide. There'll still be enough beach for everybody. I know that when it gets a really big tide, it tends to be less beach. So it looks like it's going to be just fine. I think we're going to be okay, 5.3 feet at 1 o'clock. So the nearshore wave prediction system from the National Weather Service Charleston, pretty much this is in concurrence with about 2 feet on the swell. So this is a great product to use, and I think that's what we're going to call for. It's about 1.5 to 2 feet. It'll be just enough. It'll be a good time out there tomorrow, and I hope to see everyone out there. This is going to be a good time. And with that, I'll end the forecast, and I will kick this over to Nancy Hussey for her to post and share around. And I really am looking forward to this event tomorrow, so see you there. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.